All right. Well, thank you for coming, everyone. And I am very excited. I've been chatting with Davy and Daphne. Actually, when I message them, I'm not sure who I'm chatting with. Maybe it's Davy, maybe it's Daphne. I'm not sure, but I've been chatting with the two of them for over a year now. And it's just been great to be welcomed into their digital eco community. They host a lot of digital cleanups and happy hours and co-working. And so it's been great to be a part of what they do as well. And I will let them introduce themselves, but really excited to learn more about ethical and sustainable outsourcing, which has been a key part of just growing my own business, because we definitely can't do it all. Even if we're, very passionate about what we do, we have to let some of it go at some point. So without further ado, I'll hand it over to the Eco Helper.
Awesome. Thanks, Michelle. I'm going to go ahead and share the screen. So can you see that?
Yep, looks good.
Cool. So like Michelle said, we're going to talk about ethical and sustainable outsourcing, because there's a way to do it, and then there's a way that we can be a little bit more mindful of the way that we're outsourcing in our business. So we are the Eco Helper, virtual assistants for people on the planet. My name is Davy, she, her.
I'm Daphne, she, her. And in 2020, in the beginning of 2020, we were living in China, and we were both teaching English, and we decided to quit our jobs and become digital nomads. So we got rid of almost all our stuff, and we kept a little for suitcases, and we set off on our first adventure. Quickly stopped, but while traveling, we decided to start the business, the Eco Helper.
Yeah, didn't want to teach forever, and as we were wanting to use our skills for good, that's kind of how we came up with this idea to use them to help other entrepreneurs who have these greater, higher purposes of doing something good with their business as well. So it's for the people or the planet. And so that's pretty much how this was born. And through our experiences as virtual assistants and working with many other types of businesses, working with almost 30 different clients in the last 2 years, we've learned a lot about outsourcing and kind of trying to make that as efficient as possible, and using the information that we've gained from our clients to kind of put this presentation together. So that's kind of about us. And so what we're going to talk about today: what is outsourcing, why you should do this in your business for your own sanity, your own energy, the growth of your business. What are the different things that you can outsource? What do you need to consider before outsourcing? How to find the right people to help you, or the right businesses to help you. And kind of we'll dive in a little bit into the process on how you can actually then bring them onto your team.
All right, so the first part we're going to talk about is what is outsourcing, because if you're running an online business, you've probably heard or seen this word all around, but there's a few different things that go into it. So we like to define it as to obtain the services for your business from an outside source, and then we listed a few other definitions that people like to use to call outsourcing, which you can just read over. Quickly, we wanted to, on a side note, explain the difference between an employee and an intern, a contractor, and a subcontractor, because if you bring an employee into your business, it is internal in your business. They work for you, they are on payroll, and they would come with a lot of responsibilities, as you might know. An intern, on the other hand, you'll be taking on more of a teaching role and guiding them. They will come to you to learn. But with a contractor, you are bringing on an expert in their field. So they are usually very, very experienced in what they're doing, and they can help you get your processes down, and then they will help you work on your own business. But with a subcontractor, you're going to be bringing someone on to be helping you with your client load. So if you are interested in that, you would have to be very transparent to your clients and be like, hey, it's not just me, it's me and a team. And I'm also subcontracting. So what we're going to be talking about today, the outsourcing part, would be bringing on a contractor to help you in your business.
All right. Who has outsourced before? I know a lot of cameras are off, so if you want to just drop it in the chat, you should be like, yep, I've outsourced. Michelle, yeah. Amy, yeah. We have outsourced as well. We outsourced our website copy. That was a really great experience by the beautiful Robin.
Some email copy.
Yeah, and emails, yeah. So some people have not. Okay, cool. So we're gonna get into it. So Michelle, if you could drop that link in the chat. This is our Eco and Ethical Outsourcing Workbook. It was previously a freebie that I created when I first started the business, but it has been refined and I think is a lot more friendlier and is able to do a lot more reflection on the actual process. Because it's not necessarily something that you want to take lightly in your business. That's why we're doing a whole presentation about it. So you can take a look at this workbook, download it as the direct link so you don't have to join our mailing list to get it. And yeah, so we're going to go through some of these exercises, but you don't have to look at it right now unless you want to. But it's there for you. Gift, you are very welcome. All right, so.
Okay, so what should you consider before, or if you want to outsource, like why should you outsource? Sorry. So why to outsource? Number one, we came up with a couple reasons, but there's many more, and we're going to ask you in a minute to come up with some yourself as well. So number one, it would be like stay in your zone of genius, which means is you started your business because you're good at something, like really, really good at something, and you want to help others with that. So whether you're a copywriter or you sell a product really well, or you are a web designer, you know how to do that thing really well and you enjoy doing it. But there's so many other hats that come with running your own business or being an entrepreneur, and sometimes it can be very overwhelming. And if you're a copywriter, maybe you don't know how to do email marketing, and it's just so far away from what you want to do and what you enjoy doing that we're like, hey, take a step back and focus on your copywriting and outsource that email marketing if that's what you don't want to do. Avoid burnout. Well, I think that one is speaks for itself.
Who's experienced burnout.
But especially when you're working for yourself, you just want to get everything done and you want to know how to do everything yourself. And a lot of people speak about perfectionism, and it's a real thing, and there's so much to think about, and sometimes you can't leave the office behind, so it's just 24/7. And it's nice if you can know that someone else will take care of a few things off that to-do list and you don't have to think about it anymore. Grow and scale. Well, obviously, if you want to grow and you're ready and your days are full, you need to make some space for to do those tasks that will help you grow.
Obviously, have more time off. I know that that's something that we've been really working hard on, getting some more balance in our life and work-life balance. So if you want some of that, consider outsourcing. Having a sustainable business. So sustainable can mean a couple different things. When we hear it, we're normally thinking about, you know, different products or behaviors that are good for the planet. But in this sense, we're also talking about a sustainable business in the terms of your energy, because it goes hand in hand there with avoiding burnout. You know, you don't want to expend all your energy on your business and doing all the things. You know, you need your energy to rest. You know, we can't do the good work and make the impact that we want to do if we're exhausted and burnt out. As well as having time for new projects. You know, is this projects inside your business, projects in your life, stuff like that. So it's just kind of getting your energy back, growing, and getting your time back as well. So if you want any of those things, then definitely consider outsourcing.
So this is an exercise out of the workbook that we just shared with you. So if you did download it and have it open, it's on page 3, and it's really the first exercise we take you through in order to find your why, your outsourcing why. Because trust me, I know it's really hard to let go, and especially when it is your business, you build it from the ground up, and you know your brand, and you know your voice, and you know your colors, and you don't want someone else to maybe potentially not do it your way. So in order to make it a little bit easier on ourselves to let go, it's important to find that why. So our first question is like, what is your main reason? What is your motivation for getting help? And we asked this because we want you to have a reference point to come back to whenever you're feeling that overwhelm, or you're like, oh, I'm not sure if I can hand this off. So if anyone wants to share in the chat their answer to this, if they're at a point in their business or they were in the past, what was their main motivation or reason? We named a few before, and we can maybe name some more now.
All right, Michelle says, being held accountable. That's a good one. I hear a lot from our clients. They love that part of it. Honestly, it's helped me grow as a business owner. I don't mean financially, but more of grow as a person and be better at managing my time, because I'm responsible for getting content, etc., to someone else. Yeah, definitely. We like to check up on our clients. If they're not coming in, we're like, knock, knock. Where's your blog? And they're like, oh yeah, let me finish that. Okay. And then giving them deadlines. They love deadlines. So Beth says, a lack of experience in a particular niche I don't have an interest in mastering. That is a really good point. Yeah. So if there's something, like, we don't have to do everything in business. You don't have to be that master of everything, right? You know, you have your zone of genius. You don't need to know how to do everything. And Amy says burnout. Yep. There you go. Burnout. I'm just not good at some things. Yep. Just like Beth said, copywriting. Wow, I'm terrible at hiring a copywriter. She's killing it, making my business way better.
And then what Gift is saying about English grammar, I can relate. I'm not the best at grammar, so I don't do the writing. Yeah, no, those are great answers. And that's exactly when you're going through the workbook, what we're looking for. And then we also asked 2 more questions, which is like, what business activities will you focus on with your new free time? You can imagine if you outsource something small, maybe you get 1 hour a month or 1 hour a week back. If that hour is for business, what would you be doing? Or if that hour is for personal activities, what would you be doing? Because maybe you're working too many hours in a day and you just need to take back that personal time. Or maybe you aren't working too many hours, but you need a little bit of extra time for some new projects, for example.
Mm-hmm.
So that's another thing to look at in the workbook and to answer those questions.
Yeah, if anybody wants to drop in the chat, if you had maybe, let's say, 2 extra hours a week, what would you do?
One business, one personal, if you'd like. What would you do?
What would I do? Art. I would do more art. I want to draw more. Maybe get my camera out, dust it off. In the business, what would you do?
In the business, well, so many things. I think I'd start on our Dapsado, Need Some Love.
We did bare bones, but it's getting us through. Michelle says, go on more walks or more passion projects for branding. Yeah, good. And think about how you get the more time to focus on these things, and how would it make you feel? Amy, I enjoy the outdoors more, read more, learn more, make services better. Yes. So in all these things, the things that you would be spending your time on then would help you grow in scale and help avoid that burnout. Beth, I also have tiny art side hustle, spend more time on art too, take any outside time. Yes, business, finding the best clients. That's very important as well. GIF, do more research about plugins on WordPress that help reduce carbon footprint. Oh, very cool.
Yeah, or build one.
Yeah? There you go. All right, cool. So yeah, it's really important to think about this mindset, like as you go into it. You know, it can sound great, or like the next step that you have to take in business, and as you grow. But it's like to really, really think about why you're doing that, and how you can feel and what you'll get out of it, besides just some help and spending your money, which it's an investment. I think that was on the definition slide, is what is outsourcing. It's an investment. It's an investment in your business. It's an investment in you, in your energy, in your soul. I believe so, because our website copy was sucking my soul out of me. So it was
She bought it back.
Okay. We're gonna go on to think more about what you can actually outsource. Okay, so really, it could be anything and everything in your business. Amy, yeah, it brings your soul back. Cool. Yeah. So yeah, we've listed some things here because we know all the little things that come with being an entrepreneur. So it just kind of depends on how you feel, and if you have the expertise and blah blah blah. So I want to do another little exercise. We want this to be as interactive as possible, to really get you to start thinking about this and putting yourself in the position of seriously considering this, because we love you and we want you to not have your soul sucked out of you by your business.
So we listed a few tasks on this sheet, but there's way more, and the way to know that is to open your project management, or if you keep a notebook with a running to-do list, or look at where you track your time. And just to mention, it doesn't have to be a big task, like here you see marketing somewhere. It can also be something small, like, okay, I like writing my blog post, but I don't like uploading it. So it would be a subtask.
Mm-hmm. So if you want to, we're gonna go like through some categories of tasks. So if you think about in your business the tasks that you love to do.
Maybe just do one task for each category.
Yeah. So what is one task you love in your business? What will you get up out of bed excited to do?
Besides invoicing.
What do you love to do?
I really enjoy updating our website. Like, I've spent so much time with it, but now that it's live, I enjoy working on it.
Yep, gives us web development. Cool. WordPress, yep. We've learned all about WordPress. You give me an incredible intro for my upcoming talk next week. Ooh, yes. We're excited for that one. Amy likes design for social, website, anything, honestly. Cool. Yeah, we love design. What do I love? I love automating things. I love making it so where in email marketing, yeah. I love like automating the email marketing.
Client interaction.
Figuring out what needs to happen to improve the chaos.
Okay, so what we say about these tasks, because this is also something from the workbook that we do, but what we say is like, we think it's great when you know these tasks that you love, and most likely these are tasks that you should keep for yourself in your business and you shouldn't outsource them.
Yeah, so those are the ones that you should keep for yourself. How about tasks that you are good at? What is your zone of genius? What are you very good at? It doesn't necessarily have to be something that you love, but it can be. What are you good at?
I think I'm good at email marketing, like the tech side of it, the automations, the workflows.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, those come very natural.
I'm good at I believe is the client interaction. Just like Beth said, I mean, I love it as well, but I do think that I am good at it. I love having those relationships with our clients, and we've built a lot of long-term relationships. Okay, bye, Yulia. Gift says she's good at making website tutorials and documentation. Cool. Michelle, besides loving to design, I do like writing and presenting. Okay. Are you good
at presenting, Michelle?
Yeah. Amy's good at organizing concepts and presentations for clients. Yes, you are. I love your proposals.
Thank you for the confidence boost here, guys.
Beth is, I'm great at process and project planning, and also the building of the brand strategy through the client interaction. Cool, yeah. So again, like thinking about these types of tasks, if you're good at it,
you'll most likely like it too.
Yeah, you most likely like it, but if you don't, that's okay. But if you're good at it, you don't necessarily have to outsource it because you are an expert at it, you're good at it. But if it comes to a point, this is something that possibly you could train a team member on doing. To do it your way, the way that you like it to be done, but could be something that you keep for yourself as well. It's just kind of up to you.
Okay, and now we're getting into the excited stuff. What is one task that is just not a soul sucker, but a time sucker? What just takes you forever to do? Share in the comments or in the chat.
It takes me forever to write. Forever. Because I think about it too much, and I'm just like, I want it to be perfect. And sometimes I can't get the words out of my brain. So it just takes me a very long time to write.
Yeah, write blogs. Yeah, writing.
Everybody, yeah, writing. Where are the copywriters?
Saving and exporting, organizing final branding files. Yeah, I can imagine.
Mm-hmm. It's the side of graphic design that most people don't see. Image capture, resize, upload will be the end of me. Oh, yeah.
Actually, there's a point there, because if I have to say that something that I spend a lot of time in is finding brand or stock images specifically for our clients' brands or that matched our brands. If they don't have a stock image folder, or if I can't find what I want, sometimes I go down that Pexel rabbit hole.
But yeah, and that's also a task that is kind of a little side note, is that sometimes these tasks can be more eco-friendly, like image resizing and uploading. It's making sure that they're small enough size so they don't take up too much data and energy.
So yeah, the time suckers, you probably want to get those out of the way first.
Yes, those are something that you can definitely outsource.
It's going to have a big impact on your day.
Think about those things that you said you would do if you had more time.
And then the next one would be, what are some tasks that you're not good at, or you just don't know how to do them altogether and you don't have interest in learning how to do it? So these would be tasks that you would definitely find an expert for.
All right, let's share. What are you not good at?
Writing. Yeah, it's coming up over and over, but that's really my thing. Bookkeeping. Oh yeah, also yeah.
That's the first thing I asked.
Yeah. We actually are outsourcing our taxes.
Yeah, I was trying to do it, but it got too overwhelming. There's too many moving pieces, especially when I marry a foreigner. So
email experts. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We have actually a lot of clients that are, I have no interest in learning how to do this email marketing. Just put it up for me, and they're perfectly happy that way.
Yeah, I'll see a lot of bookkeeping and writing. Yeah. Attention email expert people, I'm going to need you. All right, Beth, let's talk. Cool. So these are things that you should outsource.
Yeah.
Find that expert to do those things. Yes. Get them off of your plate.
And then the final category we landed on was dislikes. So a task that you keep procrastinating on, you keep pushing it on your to-do list, or you just feel miserable doing it.
So what are the tasks that you just really don't like?
And it's okay if some of these tasks fall in multiple categories. You'll find that in the workbook we mention that something you are not good at and you dislike it, or in an exceptional case you love doing it but you're not good at it. That is possible.
Or you love it, it just takes a lot of time. But yeah, what do you hate doing in your business? What do you hate?
I don't know.
Yeah, that's a hard one.
Yeah.
Right? Same as the last one. Stuff
yeah.
The things you're not good at. Yeah, I mean, it's hard to like something if you're not good at it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Social post strategy.
There are actually days that I'm like, no social media or no marketing actions today.
Planning out a marketing strategy, too impulsive social media and email to plan. Thankfully, Erica's amazing at it. Mm-hmm. Yes. So we got some outsourcing already going on within the little group here. Posting on social media, yeah. I think that a lot of people's feelings towards social media is changing. So yeah, we put together this little diagram here. You can take a screenshot.
Yeah, it's not in the workbook. We did a little bit different in the workbook, but this is just a quick overview of how you can decide which tasks fall in the bucket of keep and which in the outsource. So on the left side, you'll see those categories that we just walked through, and we all put one task in each of those categories, and then you follow the little graph, like, is this task in another category? Is it a task that only you can do? And eventually you'll land on whether to outsource it or not. In the workbook, what we ask you is to really pick your top 5 tasks from that outsourcing bucket, because realistically in your business and in your budget, you probably can't do it all at once. You want to start slow and build from there, build a relationship, build trust, slowly let go, slowly grow your business, and maybe have a bigger budget. So yeah, think about that top 5 and consider any time sensitive projects. Like, does it need to happen next month or is it a year from now? That will also help with the prioritizing, and then tasks that will help you grow your business or your income are probably a priority too.
Yeah, especially any of the things that like you find yourself like you want to get to a certain point, you want to start working on a project, but there's something in your way. You're like, I can't do that until this is done, but you keep procrastinating that thing. Outsource that thing. Any questions about this or about the different tasks that you have going on in your business? Just drop them in the chat or yeah. All right,
Questions?
if you put them in there, we'll get back to them. Let's go on to the next part. Now you know.
Yeah, you know what tasks you can outsource. When you see the graph on the left, remember that why, so you actually go through with it, and then becomes the prep work. So you want to get your house in order before you bring someone in. For example, your timeline, you need to know, you need some lead time before someone will actually start the work. So you can have a blog that needs to go out next week and ask about that, for example. You might have to have a month of lead time to get all your prep work done, and the next steps that we're going to talk about in a minute here. Your budget, it's important that you are transparent and upfront about how much money you can spend or are willing to spend, so that the contractor can find something that is appropriate to that budget, or maybe you need to find a different contractor if it doesn't work out. And your SOP, which stands for standard operating procedures or processes, and you want to write out all the steps, all the programs, all the clicks that go into that task, if you have a specific way of doing it. If not, then if your contractor is going to come up with the process, they will most likely write it down for you and hand it over when you need that.
Yeah, and a project management system. Like this is, if you don't have one, I would highly recommend getting one. If it's to just organize and manage everything in your business, and it makes it really easy when we work with clients to have this system. Sometimes they have their own, or sometimes they don't, and then we're able to kind of create a little system for them. But if they already have everything, I know we talked to Michelle, she's got like her whole business in Notion, you know, so that's really great to have, you know, so you can just bring somebody in and you can assign them tasks, you can put the deadlines, you can communicate through there, and everything's just really organized. And that way everybody knows what's what needs to be done, what you're waiting on, and it makes everything so much smoother. So before you start working with somebody, think about getting that set up or outsourcing the setup of the project management system. File sharing, have a way to easily share your files with somebody. Google Drive, perfect. So if you have a place where all of those things are stored, if not, like kind of start to gather them while you're thinking about this. What are all the things that you need for these tasks that we talked about before, and having them in one place so that once you hire somebody, they're all there readily available. And as well as branding. So I know we got a couple branding people in here. This is very important if you're going to start outsourcing, especially if you want somebody to do any kind of graphics or copywriting or talking to your clients in any type of way. Like the people that you bring onto your business need to know what your brand stands for and what how you talk to people, how you present yourself into the world. So if you don't have branding, I would at least talk to somebody and get an idea of that, or put together a little mood board and some samples of how you talk and you write and things like that. But having that together will make a copywriter's life so much easier, a designer's life so much easier. So something to think about. It's not necessarily a prerequisite, but it's something that will make everything a little bit easier for you. I don't know if you branding people would agree. Awesome, cool. So I want to talk about outsourcing ethically. And because I don't know about you, but sometimes you see a lot of coaches or leaders in the online business space talking about hiring VAs for $5 from the Philippines. And, sure, that could work, but we really want you to think about the value of hiring somebody in your business. And it's not just somebody, it's another business owner, somebody that started their business for a reason, trying to support their family, trying to do good in the world and grow and have success and, all the things that you want, they want as well. And so as you're, thinking about who you're going to hire, it's really important to think about going back, looking at your budget. Are you being realistic about that and paying fair wages to the people that you want to support you in your business to help you make more money and grow? And as well as diversity. So, are the people in your business that you're looking to hire, do they look like you? Or would a BIPOC or LGBT person feel comfortable coming to work for you? So it's like thinking about these things. And what we really like to go back to is this, the Sustainable Development Goal of number 8, decent work and economic work, where they want everybody to have, no matter of their age, their gender, sex, disabilities, for equal pay, for equal value. So it's really thinking about that value that they're providing for you and not necessarily trying to find the cheapest person or to pay minimum wage, so being part of the solution to fighting poverty. If that's important to you as a person, as a brand, this is something to definitely consider as you look to outsource.
And then there's some other things to keep in mind while looking for someone is, for example, the time zone that they're in. When we were working in from Vietnam a while back, we were very, very far apart with the time zone from, what was it, the US?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
12 hours.
And some clients were okay with that, but other people that we had a call with, they were like, no, that's just not going to work for me. So keep that in mind before you book and try and find out where someone is based, as well as physical distance. If you need to have in-person meetings or you want someone to work in the same co-working space or office with you, then that's also important to know where they are. And then for their schedule, that's another thing. Like, for example, we are our own business owners, so we set our own schedules. We don't do client work on Mondays. We work on our own business. So that means if you have a task, for example, that needs to happen on a Monday, we wouldn't be a good fit. So that's another thing to keep in mind, and open communication about. Maybe ask it right off the bat when you connect with someone, or if you already know them. Mm-hmm. Keep in mind those things.
As well as you look at your tasks, keeping all of this in mind, are you looking for one specific person that's an expert to handle a specific task in your business, like a copywriter for copywriting? You know, or like you say, like say a unicorn, somebody that can do many different things.
Has all the colors.
So yeah, this is, so are you looking for one person to do one specific thing, or multiple experts to do many different things? Or are you looking for that one person to help you with numerous things, or one business to help you with numerous things? Shared values. So this is important for you to know your other why, your big business why, and you know, to keep that in mind. Is it important for you to work with people that share your values? You know, so if you care about social justice, the environment, those, anything of your values, is it important that the people that you hire also share those same values? And is it a personality match? You know, are you going to get along with the person? They're going to be inside your business. You're going to have meetings with them. You're going to communicate with them. You know, how close do you want to be to the people that you're working with or hiring? And is it important to you? So these are questions for you to reflect on. Are these things important to you in the tasks that you need help with?
Right. So now you know everything to think about before start looking for help. And now we're going to start looking for the right person to help you. And you can look in a few different places. Search engines, one of our favorites are Ecosia or ocg.org. And just try different keywords and see what pops up and check out the websites. Directories are great. I know that Erica has one on her website with directories. There are directories like that one that are specific for values or eco businesses. So if you're looking for that, if that's important to you, or there's some other bigger directories that are just broader and maybe you can find some more experts there.
Oh yeah, Michelle, there's a lot of resources within the Impact and Resource Hub.
And everyone has access to that. Yeah. So go check out the Impact Hub. Next up, social media. Try hashtags, try followers of yours or people that you're already following. Try Facebook groups, ask around in there. We have the Ecopreneur community where you can ask, and referrals, colleagues that you already know that have had experience with outsourcing, just ask them.
Yeah, we've been getting a lot of referrals lately, so refer your friends, ask your friends. Erica says, too kind, create a valuable one. Yeah, so I think that Erica's is actually the most vetted directory that I've seen. So that's a really great one to check out. So yeah, finding the right help. Look around, ask your friends.
Take notes, again, make like your top 5, 3, however many people you want to start contact with.
Keeping all those things in mind from before. So as you're connecting, you want to reach out, let them know that you're interested. Make sure you know that they actually offer what you need. That they're the expert. You can see that based on their web presence. Ask to jump on a discovery call with them to get to know them, share what you've got going on, see how they can help you. And possibly they can even help you find more sustainable solutions, easier processes, making things more efficient. And then they should give you a proposal based on your chat. And if you know your budget, you should know your budget up front. Tell them your budget. It will help them to design a proposal or suggest a package that will that will meet your needs as well as your budget. After you agree on all that stuff, you've talked about the tasks, how you're going to communicate, what the schedule's like. Make sure that you're signing a contract with this person and paying your invoices on time. I know you love that. So pay your contractors on time, and then they should schedule an onboarding with you if necessary to just kind of go that next step and share access to all the things that you need and answer any last questions. So that's a big thing that is, don't be afraid to ask questions to this person. You know, they're inside your business, they're there to help you. And then don't be afraid if they ask you questions, because as contractors, you know, we want to make sure that, you know, we're meeting expectations. Everything is very clear. So the biggest thing is we try not to make assumptions about things. So if you feel like they're asking you too many questions, it's probably a good thing that they are. So let's take a breath. You've got all your tasks, you know what you want to outsource, you know who you're going to outsource to. You signed that contract, paid that invoice. Feel the relief of letting all of that go, and feel the relief of running a sustainable business. The business is just sustainable for you and it's sustainable for the planet. How good does that feel? Yes. Awesome. So that's the whole reason that we're here, right? We're here to help you create a sustainable business.
Yeah, and then we have some final tips. So after all that is said and done, you have, during your working relationship, maintain that open communication. Like we said, ask questions, answer questions. It's a big thing for us to have that open communication, because if the communication stops, no one knows where they stand or where they are. And people get frustrated, and unfortunately, sometimes things get missed. And after your contract is complete, this is maybe something that not everyone knows, there's a offboarding. So, but with onboarding, you share all the access, but during the offboarding, you also want to revoke that access, because if you're completed a project together and you're not working anymore, there's no need to still have access to those accounts, as well as pay a final invoice. And if you had a good experience, provide a nice testimonial to support your contractor.
All right. So if anybody has any questions about outsourcing, about the tasks you can outsource, finding the right people, we're more than happy to answer any questions right now. So you can maybe put it in the chat or unmute yourself. We're a small group here.
And if anything pops up later, or if you're going through the workbook, feel free to email, Instagram, Facebook us anytime.
I have a quick question if I can jump in.
Yeah.
So I've outsourced in the past for kind of like single task things, like nothing that's ongoing. But as like my business grows, there's probably some ongoing things that I would absolutely love to get off my plate. However, it can also be like really scary as someone with variable income, as business owners kind of are, to commit to like a set amount every single month and increase those expenses. Do you have like any tips for maybe what are some good signs that you're like super ready to make that jump, or how much you should have saved up in advance to like do that, or I don't know, any tips in that regard?
So Amy, you will be the one setting your budget. You will also be the one deciding what type of contract you're signing. So whether that's 1 month, 3 months, or 6 months, according to your budget and how much you have saved up and what you can predict for your income coming up, it would actually just be a math sum to decide when you're ready to take that step and to sign that contract.
And like, I guess it's, if a sign to actually take that leap, or take that step, would be is if those tasks are stopping you from doing bigger things that are going to help move your business forward. You know, if it's a mental block, that thing on your to-do list, and if you keep pushing it to the next day, to the next day, to the next day, that's a good sign as well, to just get it off your to-do list. Because like we said, think about the time that you're going to get back, what you can do with that extra time, or what can you do once it's done? Is once that thing is finished, what's it going to allow you to do now?
And are they income generating tasks?
Yeah, if it's going to help you make some money and it's stopping you and you don't like it, you're not good at it, you don't want to do it. Yeah. Does that answer your question, Amy?
Yeah, that was like the simplest, most obvious answer ever, which is why you guys are the experts. So thank you. That was very good.
Any other questions?
Just to kind of add to that, for me, like going back to the accountability piece, it almost just inspired me, like once I did outsource for like a 3-month period or a 6-month period, to focus on those bigger changes that I wanted to do in my business and not worry so much about the small, I don't want to say insignificant things, but like the things that I shouldn't be focusing on, because I'm like, okay, that is why I hired this person or this team to help. So if that helps any.
Mm-hmm.
And it works in reverse on you almost sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's, I guess, Amy, another thing would be like to make sure that if whoever you're looking to work with is okay with, one-off projects. So some people might not have the capacity to deal with that. So that would be definitely a very good question to ask them before or during a discovery call.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Yeah, thanks. I think, the you set your own budget too. That was like, I don't know why that never hit my brain before, but that's like such a big like eye opener.
Yeah, and like we talked about budget before, is like, making sure that you can ask prices. You can ask people for prices. Maybe they want to get you on a call first, but hopefully they have at least starting at prices, And again, is that something that you want to think about in who you want to hire and consider hiring? Is it somebody that's hiding their prices or showing you their prices and being transparent about how they run their business and what an investment looks like? So yeah, take a look around, see if you find prices within your budget. Don't be afraid to ask if somebody can work within your budget, but being mindful that, you're not going to get a discount necessarily, but maybe the actual scope and the deliverables might be a little bit different than what you would normally get, I guess.
I just wanted to jump in and say thank you for all of this, generally speaking, but also because, as I alluded to in the chat, you all just provided this beautiful platform for my talk about process next week. And so one of the things that I will mention in there is figuring out those things that you might consider outsourcing. So I'll definitely make sure that I point people back to this particular discussion. And I was feeling sort of stressed out about not really expanding on that because I'm not planning to. And so I'm really happy you just did it for me. So thank you.
Yeah, of course. Awesome. Yeah, it's nice how all the different workshops and speakers kind of fit together. It's a great job, Michelle.
Yeah, my recommendation is always go towards the end because it makes your job way easier.
Yeah, thank you so much. And it actually, we didn't even intentionally plan this, but this subject was very much aligned with the lesson this week within the Green Marketing Academy. I'm just talking about protecting your energy and how it needs to be a big focus. Besides saving the planet, you also need to be really mindful of your energy expenditure and things that can drain your energy battery really quickly. So yeah, this just worked out that this was landed to be this week too. So thank you. And this helps me just, with the call that we had last week and more things to think about. So yeah, very helpful. And I know it's going to be very helpful for everyone else watching the replay as well.
Cool. Yeah, so take a look at that workbook, go through it as you can, as you start to think about all these things and start to determine what's important to you is really the biggest question. And
And I did it again, and I apologize to Amy and Davey and Daphne. I said the digital eco community, and I'm sorry, it's just burned into my brain. The ecopreneur community, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, they've rebranded, and I said the wrong name, and I did it last week too. So
It's
sorry
okay.
about that. It's gonna take me a while.
Thanks, Michelle.
But yeah, they just shout out to Amy and Davey and Daphne. They host events. So I'll put that in the chat here too as well, but would love to see you there as well.
Yeah, everyone's welcome.
Yeah.
Thank you, Beth. Thank you, Gift. It's great to see you here. And yeah, if you have any questions, don't be afraid to reach out.
Yeah, thank you both so much. Hope that you get Wi-Fi again soon.
Yeah. Thursday.
But at least you have a place in the meantime.
Yeah. All right, I'm gonna stop.